The Plot Malaysia is back. New season, new era. Yeah!
Let's go, baby. Go.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is episode 1 of the new season. This is the show for the
By
fans.
the fans.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Oh, Hari, I must say I missed you, man. I
Hey,
really,
it's
really,
like
really
hey,
missed you.
likewise, buddy. I'm not a big fan of your outfit today and all of that, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, missed you, brother. Missed you, brother. Obviously, we've had a busy time of late, both of us guys. So
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
obviously, Ram with his child, myself with some work-related issues, but obviously, yeah, back, and we're gonna be trying to give you guys insights, transfer news, insights, match reviews on a weekly basis moving forward. So
Absolutely.
really looking forward to it. And there's no better place to start than game week 1. Ram, how excited are you by the season?
Oh, Hari, thanks a lot for saying that. I'm absolutely starstruck, of course, absolutely excited. Looking forward to all the new incomings of the various clubs to shine and show what they can actually prove.
Hmm.
Especially for United, of course. Having a good transfer window. Excited to see what happens, and of course, looking forward to see all the underdogs, especially those newly promoted teams. I'm really excited to see how they'll perform and tag along in the season as well. So, what
You,
about
you
you,
know
Hari?
what?
What do you think?
You know what? I'm really excited about the season, no doubt. Actually, I'm not as excited about the season yet. I'll be honest with you, because obviously there are a couple of things I want to get your thoughts as well, and viewers, I want to get your thoughts on the Saudi league and the
Oh, yeah,
impact it's
good
having,
question.
and the impact that it's
Yeah,
having on football in general and the Premier League as well, because we see a lot of stars moving out, people
mm,
moving for tons of money. Uh,
yep,
I don't know, Ram. For me, it's taken the gloss a little bit away from football in general. The
yep. I,
football
I,
that
I
I grew
agree.
up watching, the Premier League I grew up watching, was a Premier League full of entertainment. It was it
Yeah,
was it was drive. It was people uh, moving to be part of these football clubs. It just seems now like it's all about the
the
cash,
money,
the
the
cash,
money.
the mullah. It
Yeah.
seems like it's all about that, and it's for me, it's taken a little bit out of the Premier League. And then you asked
Mm,
me how excited I am about the season. I mean, obviously, we want to get to talking about the games, guys, but I'm going to start with this. Uh,
mm,
Liverpool a mess. So,
mm.
I mean, hopefully we've got some Liverpool guys in the chat as well, or opposition fans as well. I mean, rival fans, please chip in. Gather. I want to gather your thoughts on this. But how excited am I about the season? I'm not very excited, to be honest, as of yet.
You
Uh,
mean for
I
Liverpool's
mean,
perspective? On Liverpool's perspective, you're talking about this?
yeah, I'm talking about obviously a couple of things. I mentioned the Saudi league, but definitely from
Mm,
Liverpool's perspective, right?
mm,
So we were promised a big summer. I mean, as you mentioned, when we spoke about this last season, I told you I was kind of FSG out. I was coming to a point where I was FSG out. I didn't like their their strategy. I thought it reminded me a lot about the time under Wenger and how it was.
mm.
It was just minge bagging and not spending the money, etc. And but we were promised. Listen, we made a mistake. We're going to have a big summer rebuild. Let me give you the numbers. We've had 7 players go out, and we have
Mm,
signed 2 players. Our
mm,
squad is probably the thinnest squad in the Premier League, and this is even compared to all the smallest team in terms of squad depth, right?
mm.
Uh, and it's a shambles. It's an absolute. The 2 players we signed early were top quality players. So Alexis
That is true.
McAllister, Szoboszlai, top class players, brilliant. But then we sold Fabinho to the Saudi league. We sold Henderson on top of the players that left before on a free.
Maybe you
And
guys need to get players that are long names, so that it's difficult to pronounce. You can't find those
yeah,
yet. That's why.
Szoboszlai, yeah. So and we haven't replaced them. We've sold these players. It's shocking for me. The planning is shocking. We knew we needed a midfield rebuild. We knew we needed a squad rebuild, and then we had these offers come in. Great offers, no doubt, for Fabinho and Henderson. I would have sold them as well. But what's the simple rule you thought? You bring players in before you let players go, right?
Yeah.
You make sure you replace them before you let them leave. And the mistake we made was we let them leave, and now we're desperate with 2 weeks to go. We don't have a number 6. We don't have a defensive midfielder. We're short in midfield. We're short in defense. And it's an absolute shambles. And not just that, to make things worse, on Thursday night, Friday morning, we get this news that Liverpool have a British record fee accepted by Brighton for Moises Caicedo. And what happens? And what happens 24 hours later? He's basically decided he wants to sign for Chelsea. He doesn't want to move to Liverpool.
Stop.
I've got my thoughts on that as well. I mean, a couple of things. I feel that, I mean, a lot of people are saying Liverpool were not prepared. They didn't get the player preference before bidding. I don't think that's the case. I think if you're spending that kind of money,
But the price, do you think is a bit too far-fetched for Moises Caicedo? I mean,
I agree. I agree. It's too far-fetched. It's absolutely too far-fetched. But I think Liverpool had the money because of the sales they had, and they wanted to invest in the guy because they fancy him. But for me, it was. I think Moises Caicedo and his agents. I mean, you can read a lot about his agents as well online. They're not. They're apparently they're horrible to work with. I think they gave Liverpool the hint that they would fancy a move to Liverpool if Liverpool's bid was accepted, and then they basically played Liverpool. So they played Liverpool, made Liverpool bid that money, and then realized no. And then they told Chelsea, you know, we want to join you. And Chelsea basically, what they did was Chelsea increased the wages for the player, or gave some extra money to the agent. You can call it under the table or over the table. And basically, they then insisted we want to move to Chelsea because there's a lot more money. And not just that, Chelsea are giving away 8 and 9 year contracts, bro. Which sensible player is not going to do that? Anyone would sign for them because you're going to get paid £250,000 a week and you get an 8-year contract. How secure is that, right? So I think Liverpool's mistake in all this, if I'm being honest, is competing with Chelsea. I mean, obviously, then the Romeo Lavia issue came up as well, right? Romeo Lavia has also signed for Chelsea. I was going to sign for Chelsea now. I mean, Liverpool have been able to get the deadwood out, to be honest. But Liverpool haven't been able to bring in players. So, that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, so we have 110 million to spend. How are we going to spend it? We need to spend it, and we've got 2 weeks to spend it big. We need 2 central midfielders. We need a left centre back. You're absolutely right, Simba. That's exactly what we need. But yeah, so I mean, Romeo Lavia as well, apparently moving to Chelsea. And again, for me, it's all about money. He's going to get an 8-year contract. He's going to get paid a lot of money. His agent's going to get a lot of money because if he's a sensible young boy, he doesn't go there. He's going to be sat on the bench because his competitor is Caicedo. Whereas for Liverpool, he would get a starting spot. So for me, that all doesn't make sense. And I think the biggest mistake Liverpool has made, if there's any mistake they've made in this chase for Caicedo and Lavia, is competing with Chelsea. Because I don't think any club in the Premier League in their right frame of mind should compete with Chelsea for any players now. Because Todd Bowley, in my opinion, is a lunatic. He's a nut job. He spent £1 billion in 3 transfer windows. He spends crazy amount of money on wages on players. He signs them up to 8 or 9 year contracts. Which club is going to be able to compete with that? No club. So for me,
like they say, spoil market.
He's completely spoiled the market. So for me, the big mistake is competing with them. And I think no team, if they're in for a player, just let them go for it because you're not going to compete with them. And Todd Bowley is one of those guys. He's an egotistical guy for me, you know. So that's my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Liverpool mess. We need to sign players. I mean, we've got a sporting director who's a temporary sporting director, and he's only there for 3 months. And apparently, Ram, listen to this. Apparently, he's working from home from Ibiza. I don't know how true that is, but my God, man. If that's the case, we're definitely in a bit of a mess, you know. But yeah, I mean,
well, will he be working or will he be sipping on margaritas? You know,
I don't know. I've got absolutely pro. I mean, big shout out to Lokman, right? Eugene. I mean, brilliant. Good to have you back, man. Thanks for joining the stream. And yeah, I mean, I know you're trying to get rid of players. I actually think Spurs have made some good business. Obviously, they've sold Harry Kane, and I think that's going to be a problem replacing those goals. But yeah, I mean, James Maddison. What do you think of James Maddison, Ram?
I think he's brilliant for Leicester, and he was brilliant for Leicester. And now that he's in Spurs, you can see his delivery in the front of set pieces. I think he's going to take Spurs somewhere. It's definitely going to actually allow the strikers up front or the players to get some goals in. He's definitely going to be a player to watch. But of course, he's no Harry Kane. What they're going to be missing is something that can't be replaced immediately in new season. So still early to say anything, but I'm hoping that he delivers.
No, but of course they've got money now, right? They've got money from the
Yeah,
Kane sale, so it's obvious they're going to go out there and sign a couple of strikers. I'm sure at least one or two strikers. So we'll just have to see how the window plays out. I mean, there's let's get straight into the matches as well, Ram. We've spoken a little
yeah,
bit about obviously what we thought about the window and how much of a mess Liverpool are in, but I'll get straight into it. Let's start. We're going to cover basically, guys. We're going to try and cover as many games as we can, but I think we want to make sure we cover the United Liverpool game simply because too bad. But Ram's a United fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, so deal with it, guys. And then after that, I think
but we love you guys. We love you guys.
we
We
love
love you
all of you
guys.
guys. And then I think we'll probably just quickly sum
Mhm.
things up today by talking about who we think are our favorites to finish in the top four and who are our favorites for the title as well. We'll get some predictions from Ram and myself on that and see who's right, and you guys can chip in as well. So let's start with the game early this morning. Man United versus Wolves. Wolves obviously had a manager walk out on them a few days ago. New manager at the
Yeah,
helm, sold Raul Jimenez, sold Ruben Neves to Saudi Arabia. We're in a bit of a
yeah.
mess. I thought this was going to be a 5-6-0. In the
Mhm.
end, Ram, I mean, I didn't watch the game. You can tell us how the game was. But in the end,
Yeah.
it seemed like it was a very narrow victory in stoppage time.
Not really in stoppage time. It was late. It was like in the 80 plus minute or so,
Okay.
So Varane scored. So but if you ask me, if you want me to walk you through the game, I think I'm going to be very short and simple because I wasn't very happy with the gameplay that United was playing, to be honest. Not happy at all. Wolves were fantastic. Wolves were just unlucky in terms of finishing. If you're talking about two football teams playing up to the final third to create chances, I would definitely put my bet on Wolves because they were absolutely brilliant. It's just that they couldn't just get the end product. And of course, I give credit to Onana. Onana was definitely he showed what he's made of.
Oh
Um,
let me get back to that Onana topic.
hey,
Wait,
hey,
wait. United fans have been talking up this guy as if he's like a guy from heaven or something. He's like,
no,
like he's one of the
he,
best keepers in the world. Like as if he's Gianluigi Buffon. But listen, firstly his debut game, I think it was a friendly where he was chipped from the halfway line.
yeah,
And
well, that was a
yesterday,
mistake from the defense.
and wait,
Come on.
yesterday he almost tore a person's or punched the guy's head off his chest or
No,
his
no.
neck.
If you look at the
That
replay,
that
Harry, if you look at the
that was a
replay, his
clear
hand was
penalty.
no, his hand was up in the air. The guy went into him on the chest. So to me, it was not a penalty
It
because
was, you know
he
what?
didn't push the guy. He
You
didn't
know
push the
what's a
guy.
clear sign it was a penalty? The
What?
officials or the FA apologized to Wolves today, and
Mhm.
the officials from the game have been suspended for next week's fixtures.
Ah, okay,
So they've been
interesting. I
punished.
didn't
So
know.
basically, that tells you it was a penalty. They made a blunder and they're punishing them now. So, but yeah, I mean, my opinion was a penalty. And for me, man, I mean, tell me. Okay, let's get it from a United fan, and then I'll give you from my perspective as well. From your perspective, Ram, how did your new signings play yesterday?
I think Mount was definitely still in the shadows because he's still getting used to playing in the first team. So I'm not going to judge him based on how he played yesterday. I mean, this morning. I think I would give of course a fair chance to Onana. He pulled off some good saves as well. So I'm not going to take that away from him. Clean sheet in the first game, so it's pretty good. But let's talk about how the game went. I was actually quite disappointed because based on the plays that we had, Casemiro didn't look like he had the mood. Hey, bro, Eugene, don't lie.
Eric Ten Hag being like Sir Alex Ferguson already, man.
Girl, you first game itself ready, you're match fixing.
Yeah,
Lama, you wait, lah, you wait, lah, you.
yeah.
Next game is against Spurs. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
let's see what
Anyway,
happens. Yeah.
I was just disappointed because Casemiro was not in the mood to play. He was slow, he was ragged. He didn't look like he was in the mood. Bruno was just the only brilliant thing that Bruno did was actually pass the ball to Wan Bissaka, who assisted for Varane to hit the ball in. So apart from that, the entire game it was bad. Rashford was just out of his form, not really in the game. So all the plays that we had, I know it's opening day, Harry. You're bound to get this time where players can't really gel as fast. But I didn't expect that the entire match to be dominated by Wolves in terms of shots on target. And it was so easy for Wolves to penetrate the defense, and it was so easy for Wolves to actually move past the center midfield area with so much ease. This guy Cunha was amazing.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna ask you how was he,
Matthias,
man? I
yeah,
heard he was brilliant.
He was brilliant. Matthias, for Wolves, he was just fantastic. And Ait Nouri, oh my God, this three players for Wolves, they were just simply breathtaking. And it was sad, that happened. But I will just take a victory and say, okay, we got the 3 points. But I believe the next game against Spurs is not something to be taken lightly, but I think we can still beat them. So Eugene, watch out! I think it's going to be an awesome tie. But on the aspect of it, I think we were just lucky. United were just
United
very
got
very
away with
lucky.
one, basically, right?
Got
Fair,
away,
fair
got
to
away,
say.
man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how would you rate the new signing? So who played yesterday? Mount and Onana, right?
Mount and Onana, yes.
How would you rate them?
Uh,
Give me a rating out of 10 for each one.
I think I'll give Onana a 7.
Yep.
Because he did pull off some good saves. I'll give Mount a 5, to be honest.
He wasn't great, was he?
He wasn't great. I think it's just neither here nor there, so I'll just give him a 5. But
Do you think United overspent on Mason Mount?
no, there were eyebrows raised, when you're talking about the fee of Mount, for sure. I didn't like the price tag on him, but based on what he has done for Chelsea before he came to United, I thought it was a good investment because he's still young, he's still coming towards his prime, so it's a good investment. But I think I'll give him the first 10 games, to see what he's made of. So 9 more to go, Mount. Show me what you're made of. All the best.
Nice. Cool. Okay. So yeah, obviously, I mean, yeah, I was gonna. That's essentially what I wanted to know. How did the new signings start off?
I
Right?
mean,
How did Onana
Rasmus
start off?
Højlund is still injured, so he's not really featured until I think he'll be out for a month or so. So
Yep.
he's yet to be seen. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But there are still a few more signings that hopefully we can get. Who knows?
Yeah, I heard. Well, what are the hearings on new signings? I heard that you guys are after Benjamin Pavard and also Sofian Amrabat, right?
Yes, Sofyan Amrabat looks more likely because he wants the move, and of course, Pavard wants it as well. But if you ask me, between the two, the likelihood of who will be joining, I think will be Amrabat, because he really has been looking for the move to work with Eric Ten Hag. So I think he is definitely going to be on the way.
Okay, nice.
Mm.
And just some news as well. I don't know if you can call it breaking news, but I heard this evening on the way back from work. But the rumor is, United fans were getting very happy about this. I saw some about the fact that they were going to move on, or Harry Maguire was going to leave. The news now,
Oh my God!
now the news I hear now is the move is off. The move to West Ham
Yeah.
has been called off. Can you
know,
give us some insight on that, Ram? What happened?
No, I think he won some 7 million, pounds to be given to him, in order for him to move to West Ham, but something along those lines, money is the issue. So I think,
Shouldn't he be the one paying for all his dreadful
yeah,
performances?
yeah, I think Maguire should be paying West Ham, rather than the other way around. So everyone was excited. Everyone was like, finally, we are getting him out. And Eric Ten Hag took this moment where he got rid of all the deadwood, and he was definitely one of them that has to be gone. But no, he still wants to stay. So I think he's prolonging his stint in United. He's trying to prove a point. But trust me, he can't even do anything to prove a point right now because he's absolutely shit. Yes, I've said it on live channel. He's absolutely shit. And Maguire, if you're watching this, which I hope you do, go yourself.
Good old Harry Maguire. Don't leave. Don't ever leave United, my friend. Or at least,
Sure.
at least wait till the midway point January window.
He's going to be like a Phil Jones, Harry. He'll stay there for years and
play against Liverpool and then leave in the January window. I'm fine with that, my friend.
He's never going to be featured in that game, bro. He's never going to be featured in that game. You know that.
You never know. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the big game this weekend, the clash of the weekend. I think it fair to say it was the clash of the weekend and probably the match of the weekend. Is that Ram? Is that fair?
I think based on all the other games that took place, yes. I think this game was mostly widely anticipated, and I think it was a fair result in my opinion. But yeah, Harry, walk us through it, man. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just say before I get into the game, I thought on the whole, I mean, obviously Man City got a 3-0 win, etc. and all. And then Newcastle, I mean, we'll talk about them later as well. Stunning win against Aston, really good Aston Villa team as well. But yeah, I mean, so there's some good games, but I thought this was the best game in terms of two evenly matched sides. both having issues from in the same
Yeah.
position in defensive midfield. So the game was wide open in that sense, and both were getting like it was an end-to-end kind of game, very open sort of a game from that perspective. And there was some moments of
But both
quality
both
from
had
both
offside
sides.
both had offside goals disallowed. I mean, that was amazing, right? Both teams had offside goals
Oh, I
disallowed.
like this one, Simba. It was dubbed El Caicedo. Yes, it was. And the guys in the boardroom were there as well, right? Todd Bowley was there. John W. Henry was there. Uh, so I mean, yeah, intriguing, right? But yeah, I mean, I thought the game delivered to in the large extent. I thought Liverpool started well, actually. I thought the
Yeah,
first 30, 35 minutes, Liverpool were on top and should have been 2 goals up, 2 or 3 goals
yeah,
up. I mean, if you remember, there was a chance for Cody Gakpo where he should have shot, but then he tried to pass to Salah, and then Salah hits the
yep,
post.
yep.
Uh, and then there was another one where Soboslai dribbled into the box, and then Jota took the ball off him and shot. I think he shouldn't have done that. Um, and then Salah should have played Diaz in when he was clear, and then he a poor touch and he couldn't. Eventually, Salah played Diaz in, and I thought the goal was a brilliant goal, by the way. The build-up from the keeper to Trent to keeper, and then to Soboslai to McAllister, and then the ball to Salah, the brilliant ball, and then Salah's pass for Diaz, man, Ram. That was a stunning ball. The
Yeah.
eye of the needle pass for Diaz, and then a good finish, a very Sadio Mane-esque finish from Luis Diaz. So that was good to see. But yeah, we started well. Should have been 2 up, I think. And then obviously the goal was chalked off, slightly offside. And then Chelsea came back into it. And the reason was very simple. It's because of our lack of a defensive midfielder. I strongly believe that we have Alexis McAllister there. That's not his position, really. And they were finding gaps at the back of him through Raheem Sterling and Reece James on the right. And I thought they were giving us a lot of trouble on that right-hand side. And then they scored a goal, which I thought was a little bit lucky as well, because he kind of shinned it in. The new signing Disasi. And then they had an offside goal, which was slightly offside as well from Ben Chilwell. So very evenly matched in the first half. And then second half, I thought Chelsea took control. Possession-wise, they were looking dangerous. Actually, before they took control, the first 10 minutes of the second half, Liverpool were quite good and should have had a penalty, in my opinion. Now, I want to get your opinion on this, Ram, as well. But I thought it was a penalty. I mean, viewers, the guys in the chat, let us know if you guys thought it was a penalty as well. I mean, they say it was very close to his body, but irrespective, it was a little bit out here, and that was going in. That header was going in from Luis Diaz. So for me, that was a penalty, and I think that kind of a decision next week. And my problem with this is the consistency, because this week it's not a penalty. Next week, another team will get a penalty for
Yeah,
that.
so you've seen people get it for less. You've seen penalty given for less.
Exactly, and that's what pisses
yeah,
me off. So yeah, I think we should have had a penalty. And guys, let me know what you think. But yeah, I mean, after that, I thought Chelsea took control, dominated the game. I thought, obviously Eugene, as much as he's a Tottenham fan and he hates Chelsea, but my word, he's siding with Chelsea here.
It's not a pen.
Liverpool too played well, but couldn't see the game out. Same problem due to lack of a CDM. Exactly. Mecca did extremely well. I thought the new signings were good. I want to get your thoughts on it, Ram. But I thought Alexis McAllister was good. I thought Soboslai looks a player, man. He looks like he's going to be some player, Dominic Soboslai. So he looked good as well. And then, and then our front line looked quite dangerous. I mean, I think we've got the best front line in the league. The problem is at the back for us, and in midfield, right? So we've got Luis Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, Nunez, Mo Salah, the young boy Ben Doak, who's by the way, trust me, guys, if you haven't watched this guy play, watch him play. He's going to be a stunning player. He's like a Michael Owen for me. This guy, the way
The number 50,
plays.
is it? The number 50.
Yes, Ben Doak. He's a dribbler, man. He's an absolutely stunning, pacey dribbler. So, watch him. I think watch him. He'll get some opportunities this year. But yeah, I thought overall, Chelsea got into the game, dominated it, created a couple of chances. Nicholas Jackson, I think, was saved by Alisson. And then the last 10, 15 minutes of the game, once Liverpool made some changes, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott came on, Ben Doak came on. And I thought Darwin Nunez played quite well when he came on as well. He had a shot. Yeah, he had a stunning shot, right, which just went wide. I think when the changes were made, then Liverpool came back into the game and they were a threat again. So on the balance of play, I think you can say, as what Eugene said, possession-wise, Chelsea dominated. But then if you look at chances, it was quite even. I think the XG from the game was 1.28, which is exactly the same. So if you look at that, then a draw is a fair result. So we'll take it. It's away from home. We'll take it and we'll leave Chelsea. But Some good signs, but a lot of issues to fix in defensive midfield and at the back.
Yeah, but Hari, like this kind of games where you're saying about squad depth earlier. How long can this squad actually last? In terms of winning games. I think go 10, 15 games. You might get some injuries here and there. What do you think is going to be done to actually
If we get injured, we're dead. We're finished basically, right? So that's why I think we've got 2 weeks to the end of the window. I mean, like I said, I don't trust them at all. But even as untrustworthy as they are, the recruitment team of Liverpool, they cannot not sign players. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there will be at least 2 incomings before the end of the season, the
Because
window.
not to jinx anything, Harry. A lot of new players like Jurin Timber, and you see some incident in Real Madrid, like new players are getting injured and they're out
Yeah.
for several weeks. So I hope it's not going to happen to any more of that. It's going to be sad to watch, but hey, you never know. You got to be
No,
prepared.
no, I agree, man. So yeah, our squad is wafer thin, and yeah, I mean, if you get any injuries, we're in big trouble, right? So I'm pretty sure. I mean, Simba here has mentioned a couple of players. Yeah, Kefren Turam, who's the son of Lilian Thuram,
Yeah,
Manu Kone, Andre Trindade from Brazil is one we're looking at as well. I don't know, but I got a feeling we will sign at least 1 or 2 players. A minimum of 2 is what is needed. In fact, we need 3, but I'll take 2 right now. So yeah, but of course we've got a couple of players out injured, which will be coming back as well. Thiago, I think, is almost fit. Stefan Bajcetic, who made a big impact last year, he's almost fit now as well. So I think we need a couple of players, and then we should be okay. Spurs has already spent the Kane money. Oh my God, if that's the case, you guys are in big trouble, man, my friend. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on the game. I've got to say, from a Chelsea perspective, I think Pochettino is already making an impact. I thought Enzo Fernandez was brilliant. He's man of the
yeah,
match, and he was absolutely brilliant. And what's scary, Ram, is they've got now Caicedo to add to Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia as well.
yeah.
That midfield is the best midfield in the league now. So that is a scary thought. And the fact that they're still spending money, I think they're about to sign Michael Olise now as well from Crystal Palace, who I quite like. So yeah, I mean, scary times, but yeah. So I've got to say, Enzo Fernandez was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, he of course he came on. He was signed a bit late last season, so he didn't get to really prove his mark, in Chelsea of much. But it's good to see that a player like him is showing what he can do in the beginning of the season as well. So, but still too early to say, But yes, he performed really well. So,
I,
you know,
I like to get the viewers' thoughts on his comments as well, right? Simba and the guys. What do you think? I mean, obviously we're after midfielders. There might be a shortage of midfielders out there now as well. The other option is we go and get a central midfielder or two, or we go and sign a really good right back and we move Trent permanently into midfield. I think that's an option to think about as well. So go and sign a really good right back, move Trent permanently into midfield because he's such a dynamite passer of the ball and dictator of the game from the middle of the park. That might be something we look at. If we can't find any options in midfield, that might be something worth looking at. But and then we play with a double pivot. So we play with 2 players in that role. That way we have some protect. They're supporting each other. And there's like a shield, a double shield for the defense. So yeah, I'd like to get your thoughts as well, guys. But I mean, what do we do? Do we opt for signing midfielders, or do we, if you can't find the right midfielder for the right price, is that what we do as well? Ram, I mean, I'm going to quickly move on. I've got a little
yeah,
bit of an issue, guys, with my battery life, so I'm going to try and wrap this show up as soon as possible. But Ram, we're not going to end the show without some predictions. So let's get some predictions, right? I
yeah.
want you to give me your top 6
Ah,
for this season.
top 6, huh? Okay, so sixth, I'm going to go with Chelsea. Surprise,
Okay.
surprise.
Okay.
Fifth, I'm going to go with Liverpool.
Okay.
No difference. Fourth, I'm going to go with Newcastle.
Okay.
Third, I'm going to go with Arsenal.
Oh, third Arsenal.
Third, Arsenal. Second, Man United, and Man City on top.
Man City to win the league again. How boring!
Yeah, because
is that
I'm not going to say, oh, United's going to win the league. Chill, guys. I would love them to win the league, but I'm going to be absolutely honest. I think City is still, they still have a lot of things to show, and they're going to just get better and better. So I think, yeah, they're still going to win the league.
Oh wow, man! If they win the league again, it's getting a bit boring. But you know what? It's going to be a British. I think it's a British record, right? 4 times in a row. It will be a record in the
Yeah,
Premier League. So,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
guys, that's
What
a
about you,
scary
Hari? What's
thought.
yours? What's yours?
My prediction for the top six, I'm going with in sixth spot. I'm going to go with Brighton to finish sixth.
Good
Because
choice.
they just keep impressing me every time. They make good money, they sign effective young players, and then they sell them for crazy money. And their football's brilliant under De Zerbi. So I'm going for Brighton to finish sixth. I'm then going for Man United to be out of the Champions League and finish fifth.
This is just out of spite. This is out of spite here. I must speak in the Scottish accent here. This is out of
Yeah.
spite.
Man United finish fifth. I'm going to go with Newcastle to finish fourth. I'm then going to go. Sorry, let me repeat that. I mean, Newcastle to finish fourth. Oh wait, I've got a mistake then. Wait. So I've gone with on sixth place. I've gone with Brighton. In fifth,
United.
I've gone with United. Is it?
Mhm.
You know what? No. I'm changing that. I'm going to go Brighton sixth. I'm going to go Newcastle fifth.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Liverpool fourth.
Okay.
I think they won't finish higher than fourth based on unless they improve their squad. So Liverpool fourth. I'm then going to go with Chelsea to finish third because of how impactful this midfield looks now as well, how powerful it looks, and under Pochettino. And then second, I'm going to go with Arsenal and City to win the league. So Man United to be out of the top six.
You are insane. I hate you, bro.
Man United to be out of the top six.
They were there in fifth, okay, Europa League. And then you totally kicked us out from that also.
I'll be very honest with you, right? People may say I'm just being biased or whatever. I mean, there may be a little bit.
What people say, I say you are biased.
I won't lie. There's a little bit of that, but I'll also say that I've not been impressed by United's transfer business so far. So I think Andre Onana is a bit of a liability. He will make a lot of mistakes in this league. That's my opinion.
Because he was lobbed in preseason, he's going to make a lot.
No, he should have given a penalty away yesterday. It was a clear-cut penalty. So for me, and he takes a lot of risks with the ball at his feet. And I think in this league you can get caught out. So so that's why I'm not highly impressed by him. I don't think he's much of an upgrade. Put it on David De Gea. I don't think Mason Mount is that great a player. I feel you guys overpaid for him. So that's another opinion. And Rasmus Holland, well, listen, he looks promising. I've seen a bit of him. He looks quite promising, the guy. But I think he'll take time to settle in the league. Obviously, he's coming from Atalanta. Yeah, exactly. He's going to take time to settle. I'm sure you agree. He's coming from Atalanta. He didn't even play that many games for them. I think he scored 9 goals or something. He's going to take time to settle. Plus, he's also injured now. So by the time he actually settles, it might be a bit too late for you guys. It might be like in January, February next year or something. So hence why I feel the business hasn't been effective enough, and which is why I'm going for United to finish out of the top 6. Very quickly, Ram, before we wrap it up, who's your top scorer?
For what, United?
Nope. The league.
Come on, it's going to be Haaland again.
Erling Haaland again?
This I'm not going to even lie. Everyone knows it. It's going to be him again. He's going to score another 40 goals. It's going to be a whitewash in the Premier League. And
yeah,
that's what I think.
All right. I'm going to go with the same. I think there's no surprises there, guys.
At least we agree on something. Huh?
Yeah. We 100% agree on something. Any surprise team you think that's going to surprise us all this season?
Surprise team?
Oh, wait, what? Before surprise, you know what? Scrap that. Okay, yeah. Surprise team? Give me a surprise team first.
Well, I think it's too early to say, but I think I'm going to throw it out there, right? I mean, I'm just going to try my luck and just say I want to see Luton Town do something. I think Luton Town might be a surprise team.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Any signing that you think is going to be a real surprise signing or is going to really stand out?
Surprise signing? You mean like
any signing that any one of the signings so far that you think is going to be watch this guy?
You mean so far that is
so far? Yep.
That's a tough one, bro. There's a lot of signings that came. Oh, I think the one to watch for me personally is definitely going to be Harvey Barnes for Newcastle.
That's a
You
nice
know,
shout. It's a good shout.
I'm a big fan of Harvey Barnes. You know, I've always
Mm.
wanted him to be part of United, and he playing in Newcastle with the kind of game, I mean, the kind of football that they are playing at the moment. I think he's going to be exciting to watch to see what he can do. Mm.
I agree, man. I agree. Indeed. I'm going. If I have to put my head out for a signing, um, I actually like the signing by Brighton, João Pedro. I think he's going to
Mm-hmm.
be quite a good player. That guy from Watford. I like the look of the guy, João Pedro. And he scored as well, right, on debut. I do like João Pedro, so I'm going to throw João Pedro in there. If I can throw one more in there, I'm going to say keep a watch out for Sandro Tonali. I thought there's something about this guy.
For
He scored.
Newcastle, yeah,
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 he
yeah.
scored in the opening game as well. But something about Sandro Tonali, So yeah, I think he might.
Mhm.
I think he might gel quite well with Bruno Gomes in the middle of the park. So hence why. And then yeah, if the other one is not a signing this year, this summer. But I think this year is when he'll make the most impact. He was actually signed last summer. And I think this year, watch this guy. I think Alexander Isak for Newcastle as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
He's
of
gonna.
course. He's always been good.
I think he's gonna explode this year. That's my thinking behind that as well. So another one to watch.
But a lot of players from Newcastle that you've actually put out there. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's
So
the thing. I think they're making some really smart signings, right? They made some really smart signings. They're playing good football. Yeah. So Lukman's gone. Eugene's gone with Luton and yeah, Van de Ven,
yeah,
the Tottenham centre back as well, right? Mickey Van de Ven. So we'll
yeah.
see if you.
When
That's
or
good.
when okay. Okay.
Van de Ven.
Well, I mean, there's a
Uh,
lot more. I think Caicedo is also going to be exciting for Chelsea to see what he can pull off. So
Yeah, I think the
get so much
thing with
money for him.
Caicedo is,
So
we already know what he's like because he's played in the league before. But I think like some
yeah.
surprise signings will be quite interesting to watch.
I'm just going to say it for United fans. I think Rasmus Højlund is also going to do pretty well this season. I think I'm going to go against the odds and say I know he's young, but I'm going to put his name out there, and I think he's going to show something. I think he's going to outbeat Rashford in terms of number of goals scored, because he will be the main striker going up front. So I think it's going to be a good competition for both of them.
Interesting, guys. Let us know your thoughts as well in the comments, guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification. Please hit the like. We like as many likes as possible, guys. So please hit the likes. We're back. We're going to be back on a weekly basis, and obviously, if we have any updates from time to time basis, we'll have a video come up as well. So yeah, guys, listen. For the time being, Ram, you want to wrap things up in traditional plot style?
Yes, absolutely. Before we go, once again, guys, we miss you guys so much.
Good shout,
Please, give us a shout out. Share our links with your friends. Keep watching our videos. We're gonna we are back now. We're gonna show you more videos, and we can't wait to share those exciting news, exciting reviews, and having more guests on the show. Of course, more special episodes. Till then, guys, once again, signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.